Good morning. It's a beautiful, wet morning. I love it. We don't usually have a lot of rain in the month of July, and we're having enough to be able to keep the grass green, which that means we have to mow more, but that's okay too. I'm not sure you'll hear any rain on the tent now. It's just barely raining, but I loved that sound. I loved laying in my tent and listening to that sound. This is my cinch tent, and I decided I would just put it out here by I'm not too far from the house. It's like right here, but the woods are right there as well. There are so many ticks this year, and ticks and I don't do well together. There's been times I've had to have a steroid cream to put on them. And with me, anytime I use any kind of a steroid, there's that crash and burn effect after you stop using it. It does make my legs feel a lot better, but it's just not worth putting that in my body or the crash and burn after it. Lots of things are going on here at Indigo Run. The hairy kids are so active. They just keep us on our toes. And I've talked about one of the things that they do, which is hilarious. And that's that they imitate what Amy Faye and Malibu, our dogs, do when they want to come in the house. Amy Faye, of course, is a 120-pound bull mastiff, and she has a very definite scratch that she does, and it's usually just one scratch, and she will sit there until we let her in. And Malibu has this little yip that she does with her nose stuck right up in the door. And they started doing this, I guess, 2 years ago. Time goes by so fast. But we heard what we thought was Amy Faye scratching on the door, and I looked at Matthew and I said, "Did you let Amy Faye out?" He said no, and I said, "Well, I didn't let her out, but she's scratching on the door," which that happens as well here with the hairy kids and the dogs. So I got up to let Amy Faye in, and Amy Faye wasn't there, and I realized that she was laying down asleep. So I just laughed and spoke to the hairy kids, "Hi guys, what's up?" Just talking to them. And then they had started doing Malibu's little yip. And it sounds just like Malibu. And Malibu will be in the house when that happens. They love the dogs. Malibu's not crazy about them, but Amy Faye is. And if you've seen any of my videos with Amy Faye in the woods, you can see how she watches for them and she'll take off to them. She actually, one night we were in the tent And Amy Faye hadn't been in a tent much, but I'd gotten a new tent, I'd put it up, and I wanted her to sleep in the tent with me. That's something that my other bull mastiff, Watto, always did. She loved being in the tent and was always good in the tent. Well, this night, the hairy kids were all around the tent, running their fingers down the sides, just making noise. And Amy Faye just could not settle down. And so I said to her, Amy Faye, you need to get back here by Mom, lay down, and be still. Well, she came back, she laid down, and then she jumped up. She put her nose right on the door of the tent, and I said, Amy Faye, don't you dare. But she did. She went right through the door and tore a hole in the tent, and off she went. I knew that I couldn't call her back, so I just told the hairy kids, hey guys, bring her back. She doesn't need to be out there running around. I know you'll take care of her, but please bring her back. I was always uncomfortable if my dogs were out in the dark, in the woods, and not because of the hairy kids, but because of coyotes and other animals that were out there. I nearly lost Watto once to a pack of coyotes. So I was always careful. I knew if they were with the hairy kids, they were okay, but I still wanted her back. I was going to have to go to the house. I had a big hole in my tent. And so they brought her back, and we came to the house. So Amy Faye's not much of a tent girl. She'd rather be outside. And if I'm sleeping outside up here by the house, I'll put her on a leash and I'll have it tied to me somehow. But it's always interesting to see, what the hairy kids are going to be doing. And I love that. And I told somebody, and I've told people this for years, if I walked away from ever speaking publicly about the Bigfoot people, my life would be the same as far as my relationship with the hairy kids and their families. And that wouldn't matter where that would be. It would still be the same. Things are changing. That I'm doing now. I am back to channeling the ancestor grandmothers, which I have done since the early 90s. I think it was 1990 when I started channeling them. And that's another whole story. But all of it ties in together. The star people that I'm connected to, the Sasquatch people, the elementals, the fairies, all of these tie in together. There's not a separation of anything. Man has created that separation themselves. Kashima has told me that more and more of their people now are reaching out to humans. And I see that happening as well. It's important in this time of what some people call disclosure. Now, I haven't seen the disclosure movie, so I really can't speak to how it is, but disclosure has been going on for quite a while, and full disclosure as far as with individuals is going on. It's going on with me, and it's going on with many people. It doesn't matter what the government or those entities say about full disclosure. You're not going to get everything from them. The star people, the Sasquatch people, they have control over what's going on with this full disclosure that people talk about. But you can have that as well. You can have your connections to the Sasquatch people, to the star people, to the elementals, to everything on this earth. Well, I hope you enjoy your day-to-day. I'm going to enjoy mine. This is all supposed to move out and then be hot again. And it'll be really hot with all this moisture. The humidity will be something else. Enjoy your day-to-day and be kind. And be kind to yourself. And it's always a good day at Indigo Run.